Every year, millions of car accidents happen on the road, and many could have been prevented if drivers had just paid attention to one simple warning: squeaks. A squeaky car isn't just annoying. It's often a cry for help from your vehicle. Take brake failure, for example. It's responsible for nearly 280,000 crashes in the US every year, making up 5% of all accidents, many caused by ignored squeaks. But brakes aren't the only source of squeaks. Your suspension, steering, belts, and even your tires can all make noises that signal a serious problem. A high-pitched squeal, a rhythmic chirp, or a loud screech could mean the difference between a quick fix and a major failure on the road. Stick around until the end because we're not just covering what these squeaks mean. We're going to show you exactly how to diagnose and fix them. Let's get started and make sure your car is warning you, not failing you. 6. Squeaking brakes. One of the most common and crucial sources of squeaking in a car comes from the braking system. If your brakes are squeaking, it's not just an annoying sound, it's your car trying to tell you something important. Most modern brake pads are designed with built-in metal wear indicators. These small metal strips create a high-pitched squeal when the pads become too thin, acting as a warning that your brakes need attention. This sound is your first clue that your brake pads are wearing down and should be checked. However, worn-out brake pads aren't the only reason your brakes might squeak. Moisture buildup, especially overnight or after washing your car, can cause temporary squeaks that disappear as the moisture evaporates. Warped rotors, which occur when the brake discs become uneven due to excessive heat, can lead to inconsistent contact with the pads, causing a squeaky sound and reducing braking efficiency. Dirt, debris, or rust buildup between the brake pads and rotors can also create noise, while glazed brake pads, pads that have hardened from extreme heat, lose their ability to grip the rotors properly, making braking less effective. Ignoring squeaky brakes can be extremely dangerous. As brake pads wear down, they lose their ability to stop the car efficiently, leading to longer stopping distances and an increased risk of brake failure. This is especially dangerous in emergency situations where quick braking is necessary. If the pads wear down completely, they can start damaging other critical braking components, such as the rotors and calipers, leading to much more expensive repairs. If your brakes are making a consistent squeaking sound, don't ignore it. It could be the only warning you get before your braking system fails. Have them inspected and replaced as soon as possible to ensure your car remains safe on the road. 5. Squeaky suspension. Suspension issues can also cause noticeable squeaking noises, signaling problems with components that keep your ride stable and smooth. The suspension system consists of bushings, ball joints, shocks, and struts, all of which wear down over time due to road debris, moisture, and constant movement. Worn or dry suspension bushings, which help absorb shocks and reduce friction, can cause a squeaking noise when the vehicle moves over bumps. Similarly, failing ball joints, which connect the suspension to the wheels, can produce squeaks when turning or driving on uneven surfaces. A compromised suspension system can significantly affect handling and stability. A failing suspension reduces the tire's ability to maintain proper contact with the road, leading to poor traction and longer stopping distances. If the shocks and struts deteriorate, the car may bounce excessively, making it harder to control, particularly at high speeds or on rough terrain. In extreme cases, a worn-out suspension component can break, causing the vehicle to veer unexpectedly. If you hear squeaking from your suspension system, it's best to have it inspected to prevent potential accidents. 4. Squeaky wheel bearings. A squeaking or grinding noise coming from the wheels is often a sign of failing wheel bearings. Wheel bearings are responsible for smooth wheel rotation and minimizing friction. Over time, they can wear out due to contamination from dirt, water, or lack of lubrication. This often results in a high-pitched squeal or grinding noise that worsens with speed or when making turns, indicating that the bearings are under stress. Ignoring faulty wheel bearings can have severe consequences. If a wheel bearing completely fails, it can cause the wheel to seize up or even detach while driving, leading to loss of control and a potential accident. Worn bearings can also cause excessive tire wear, vibrations, and instability. To ensure road safety, any unusual noises coming from the wheels should be checked by a professional immediately. 3. Squeaky steering wheel. A squeaky steering wheel can be a sign of problems within the power steering system. Common causes include low power steering fluid, worn steering column components, or a failing power steering pump. Low power steering fluid results in increased friction, which can cause squeaking noises when turning the wheel. Similarly, worn-out steering column bearings or dry universal joints can produce noise as the steering wheel moves. A malfunctioning steering system is extremely dangerous. If the power steering pump fails, turning the wheel becomes much more difficult, especially at low speeds or during emergency maneuvers. This can lead to an increased risk of accidents, particularly in situations where quick steering adjustments are necessary. To maintain smooth and responsive handling, regular inspections of the power steering fluid and other steering components are crucial. 2. Squeaking from the engine bay. A high-pitched squeaking noise coming from the engine bay may indicate issues with pulleys, the water pump, or a worn belt tensioner. Pulleys guide and support various belts, and if they become misaligned or worn, they can produce persistent squealing sounds. A failing water pump may also squeak due to worn bearings, leading to engine overheating and severe damage if left unchecked. Engine bay squeaks should never be ignored, as they can signal imminent mechanical failure. If a pulley or belt tensioner fails, the associated belt can slip or break, leading to power loss in critical systems. If the water pump stops functioning, the engine can overheat, causing costly and potentially irreversible damage. Regular inspections and prompt repairs of engine components can prevent major issues. 1. Squeaky exhaust system. A squeaky exhaust system can be caused by loose or damaged exhaust components, such as the muffler, catalytic converter, or heat shield. The exhaust system plays a crucial role in directing harmful gases away from the engine while reducing noise and emissions. If a heat shield or exhaust bracket is loose, it can create rattling and squeaking sounds while the car is running. Additionally, a failing catalytic converter may produce squeaks or rattles due to internal damage. A damaged exhaust system poses multiple risks. Loose components can detach while driving, creating road hazards for other vehicles. Even more concerning, a leaking exhaust system can allow carbon monoxide to enter the cabin, posing serious health risks to passengers. To ensure a properly functioning exhaust system, any unusual noises should be investigated and repaired immediately.